Once there was a cunning man and his wife, who decided to visit a city and deceive its people. Upon arriving, the men bought a donkey and filled its mouth with gold. Every time the donkey brayed, gold coins fell from its mouth. He then went to a crowded place and offered the donkey for sale, claiming it was a unique donkey that dropped gold when it brayed. However, no one believed him until the donkey brayed, and the gold coins fell. People rushed to buy the donkey, and a merchant purchased it for a substantial amount of money. Later, the men discovered he had fallen victim to a large scam. He decided to go with some of the city's inhabitants to the swindler's house to recover his money. When they arrived, only the man's wife was there, who informed them that her husband was not at home, but that she would send for him using her dog. The guests were puzzled by her words, but she released a dog that resembled her own. After a while, her husband appeared holding a dog similar to the one she released. The astonished crowd forgot the reason for their visit, and began to negotiate for the dog, which was sold to one of them for a large sum of money. Upon returning home, the man asked his wife to release the dog outside until he returned. She complied, and he pretended to play the flute over the dog's head for hours, but nothing happened. When asked by the townspeople, he explained that the dog was performing such tricks out of fear of exposing him. The townspeople believed him and took the dog to hide their own secrets, and one by one, the men murdered them with a knife. In truth, he had smeared a bag of blood on his wife. When he stabbed her, everyone assumed he had killed her, and he revealed that he could revive her with his flute, seemingly raising her from the dead. The crowd forgot the reason for their visit again, and they eagerly bought the flute from him. Upon discovering the deception, the townspeople decided to throw the swindler into the sea and drown him. They put him in a sack and started carrying him towards the sea. However, they became tired and decided to rest, during which they all fell asleep. The swindler screamed from inside the sack, catching the attention of a passing shepherd. He inquired about the man's situation, and with everyone around him asleep, the swindler told the shepherd a fabricated story about love and deception. He convinced the shepherd to take his place in the sack, hoping to marry the wealthy merchant's daughter. The shepherd agreed, and the swindler took his flock of sheep and returned to the city. When the people awoke, they threw the sack into the sea, believing the swindler to be dead. To their amazement, he stood before them with 300 sheep. He claimed that a sea nymph had saved him, rewarded him with wealth, and warned that they would suffer the same fate if they threw him in the sea again. Thus, the swindler claimed ownership of the city, and everyone else perished. How many fraudsters deceive us in the media, manipulating the ignorant of the people? They pretend to be charitable under the cameras, and plunder in the darkness. How many swindlers claim to have found lost money, and search for its owner? The naive trust them and give them their money. Do not believe everything they say, as every self-praiser is a fraudster.